Hi everyone, my name is Vuvu and this is Vuvu Vena Reads. So today I'm coming at you with a video about my 5 most anticipated books of this year, and I almost said videos but I didn't. So my most anticipated books of 2019. I love these videos. I see them doing the rounds and I planned to do one, and then I thought, am I late? Am I late? Do you guys still care to indulge me? Especially since one of the books is already out overseas. I haven't heard anything yet about it being launched in South Africa, but we are here. This is us. And I hope you would be patient with me and indulge me this moment to share with you the 5 books I hope to get my hands on as well as read this year. Okay, so without any further ado, if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing by pressing the red subscribe button down below and the bell next to it, which will notify you every single time I post something new onto this platform. And 3 of the books that I'm hoping to get my hands on this year are by authors that I have read, and 2 I stumbled upon on Goodreads when I was just searching what books to anticipate in the coming year, and the synopsis really looked like something that I would be into and really love to hear about and read about, etc. So the first book is the sequel to Children of Blood and Bone, called Children of Virtue and Vengeance. Her debut novel, Children of Blood and Bone, was part of my 5-star rated books last year. I will link up a video here that talks about the 3 books that I rated 5 stars out of the 14 books I read in 2018. It is truly still a favorite. The story has definitely stayed with me and I would love to see how it advances. And let me just read you what Goodreads has said about the book that is anticipated to come out on the 4th of June this year. It will be called Children of Virtue and Vengeance. It's part of the legacy of Orisha, which is what the series is called. So it's the second book following that debut novel by Tommy Adeniyi called Children of Blood and Bone. The synopsis or book description reads: after battling the impossible, Zeli and Amari have finally succeeded in bringing magic back to the land of Orisha. But the ritual was more powerful than they could have imagined, reigniting the powers of not only the Magi, but of nobles with magic as ancestry too. Now Zeli struggles to unite the Magi in an Orisha where the enemy is just as powerful as they are. But when the monarchy and military unite to keep control of Orisha, Zeli must fight to secure Amari's right to the throne and protect the new Magi from the monarchy's wrath. With civil war looming on the horizon, Zeli finds herself at a breaking point. She must discover a way to bring the kingdom together or watch as Orisha tears itself apart. Children of Virtue and Vengeance is the stunning sequel to Tommy Adeyemi's New York Times best-selling debut, Children of Blood and Bone, the first title in her Legacy of Orisha trilogy. It's a trilogy. Wait, I'm sure the 3rd book is ready for publication next year. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And I've still got so many questions about that last scene in that book, on that secret, because it was a long time that I read that. Like, I read that book a long time ago, but I've got questions about what happens like in the very climax of the drama. So I really hope these get answered. I'm really looking forward to this. June is around the corner, so the second book that I'm looking forward to in 2019 is 5 Dark Fates. It's called 5 Dark Fates. It's 5 Dark Fates by Kindari Blake. So it's the 4th book in the 3 Dark Crowns series, and it looks to be anticipated for publication on the 3rd of September this year. So I've just finished the 3rd book in this series. Okay, so I don't see anything on Goodreads about this book, but it is most anticipated because I've enjoyed the trilogy so far. While we're still chatting and on this platform, I have reviewed that last book called Two Dark Reigns. Yes, 2 Dark Reigns. I have reviewed 2 Dark Reigns on my blog www.vuvuvenareads.com, and while we are still chatting about the series and how I absolutely fell in love with it last year, I am giving away the very first book in this trilogy, which is Three Dark Crowns. Well, it's not a trilogy. As far as I understand, there will be 4 books, so it's a series. So I am going to give away this book, and stay tuned till the end of this video to find out what the rules are for actually getting a copy of this book. So that's my second most anticipated read of this year. My third most anticipated read. Oh my gosh, I can hardly contain myself for this book. And like I mentioned, this is the book I was talking about when I said that overseas, I think it has already launched. I've seen Angie on Twitter doing book signings, etc. And can we just talk about her personality also? She's just like she's a dynamite, guys. If you did not know yet, I have a massive crush. And in that video that I mentioned where I talked about my 5-star rated books of 2018, number 1 on that list, my most favorite book of that year, is by far, hands down, without a question, without doubt, The Hate You Give. And that is Angie Thomas's debut novel. This is her second novel, which I hope to get my hands on this year, and it's called On the Come Up. So On the Come Up is actually meant to be published or launched or released this month, which is February. I don't know if it's me who hasn't seen a buzz yet in the South African reading community, or I haven't seen it yet in bookstores, which I haven't frequented as yet. But definitely I am gonna get my hands on that book, and I'm gonna tell you about it. You bet I'll tell, and I will tell you guys about it. Definitely I will. So the book description on Goodreads reads: 16-year-old Bree wants to be one of the greatest rappers of all time, or at least make it out of her neighborhood one day. As the daughter of an underground rap legend who died before he hit big, Bree's got big shoes to fill. But now that her mom has unexpectedly lost her job, food banks and shut-off notices are as much a part of Bree's life as beats and rhymes. With bills piling up and homelessness staring her family down, Bree no longer just wants to make it, she has to make it. On the Come Up is Angie Thomas's homage to hip-hop, the art that sparked her passion to storytelling and continues to inspire her to this day. It is the story of fighting for your dreams, even as the odds are stacked against you, of the struggle to become who you are and not who everyone expects you to be, and of the desperate realities of poor and working class black families. Guys, already I can connect with the story. Like, she has an ability to take common life stories and turn them into the magic that was The Hate You Give. So I expect nothing less with On the Come Up, and I really can't wait to get my hands on this one. Actually, I'll be on the lookout for it before this month ends. It is promising to be something spectacular. So like I said, those are the 3 books by 3 authors that I have already read. I am not sure about these 2 books, but like I said, when I went onto Goodreads looking through books that I should be anticipating for 2019, so that was the end of 2018, I came across these 2 and they really spoke to me, and I'm hoping that I will enjoy them. I've never heard of either of these authors, but like I said, most of my books last year were by authors I'd never heard of, I'd never read. So the one is called Black Enough, Stories of Being Young and Black in America. It's by E.B. Zoboy. I think that's how the name is pronounced, E.B. Zoboy. Let me know in the description section if I butchered that name or not. If I did, I do apologize. I'm really very sorry. So it looks like it's got 3 authors actually, and I might continue to butcher the names. So it's E.B. Zoboy, Tracy Baptiste, or Baptiste, or just Baptist, I don't know, and Ku Booth. And this one is already out. It was launched or released in 2019, in January this year. Black Enough is a star-studded anthology edited by a National Book Award finalist E.B. Zoboy that will delve into the closeted thoughts, hidden experiences and daily struggles of black teens across the country, that country being the US. From a spectrum of backgrounds, urban and rural, wealthy and poor, mixed race, immigrants, and more, Black Enough showcases diversity within diversity. Whether it's New York Times best-selling author Jason Reynolds writing about #BlackBoyJoy, or Newbery honor-winning author Renee Watson talking about black girls at camp in Portland, or emerging author Jay Cole's story about two cowboys kissing in the South, Black Enough is an essential collection full of captivating coming-of-age stories about what it's like to be young and black in America. And I really do feel like these are stories that are worth reading, and most importantly, necessary to tell. So I really hope I get around to getting my hands on to that book this year. And the final book on my anticipated reads is also not by an author that I know or recognize. It's called The Voice in My Head by Dana L. Davis, and it will be published, or it will be released. Yeah, it will be released in May this year, and Goodreads says this about the book. From the author of Tiffany Sly Lives Here Now comes an unfortunate novel about facing the impossible, dealing with family chaos, and making sense of everything you are. For Indigo Phillips, life has always been her and her identical twin Violet, the perfectly dressed, gentle, popular sister. But now Violet is terminally ill and in a few hours plans to die on her own terms via medically assisted suicide. Even though she and Violet have drifted apart lately, Indigo doesn't know how to face life without the only person who really understands her, until suddenly she hears a mysterious voice claiming to be God, insisting that if she takes Violet to a remote rock formation in the Arizona desert, her sister will live. Indigo is sure she's losing it, but Violet agrees to go. If their incredibly dysfunctional family accompanies them on their trek from Seattle to Arizona. Okay. Indigo can barely be in the same zip code as her distant mother and controlling big sister, much less keep the peace on a road trip. Speaking her mind is the only way she can deal. But between facing senseless mishaps and strange lodgings and meeting even stranger folks along the way, Indigo will learn shocking things about those she thought she knew too well. When a sequence of wrenching secrets detonates, Indigo must figure out how to come to terms with her sister, her family, and the voice in her head. So I really think that this has some footing in most people's lives. I really think it's a story that could prove well worth the read, and I really hope that I get around to picking it up this year. Otherwise, those are my 5 most anticipated reads of 2019, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, I love you very, very much. So the competition, you guys, will run on my Instagram. So if you do not already follow me on Instagram, please do that. The rules and everything will be there on Instagram. The only thing that you do need to know at this point is that the person eligible for the win has to be following me on Instagram at Vuvu Vena_reads and be subscribed to my YouTube channel. So that's that. The rules will land after this video has been put up, and all the best, you guys. In case you are watching this and you are from a different country, please do note that the competition is only open to South African subscribers and followers on Instagram. Until next time, thank you so much, and do stay tuned to my Instagram for the competition details.